everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Erin with e.l.c. Homestead, and today we get to finally start our vegetable seeds. It is, I think our last frost date is April 29th. It's either 22nd or 29th, but it's a little over a month, so I'm running about a week and a half late on starting some of the seeds, but I do believe I'm right on time for the tomatoes. So we're going to be doing tomatoes and peppers for sure. I think we're going to do broccoli and cauliflower, possibly onions. I haven't decided if I'm going to start seeds or onions from seeds this year, if I'm just going to go buy some bulbs that they sell at our farm store to plant directly into the ground when I do the direct sow with the rest of the vegetables. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so when I start my seeds, I use the seed cells, which I ordered all my seed cells this year off of Amazon. I had to reorder everything that I had. A few years back we had a big fire and all of my seed starting trays and cells and everything that I used for seed starting burnt up. So I had to replace it, which is unfortunate because I got most of my stuff for free. The stores around here that sell seedlings and little trays, the little packs that you can buy of the little seedlings, they let you keep the trays, and then the cell trays I just reused for the next year when I needed to start my own seeds. So unfortunately I did have to buy some more, but that's okay. And we're also going to use potting soil to start them. Now this year I have, actually I use the same brand every year, which is Miracle-Gro. Normally I have the organic Miracle-Gro, but I couldn't find it. Walmart sometimes carries it, but not always. And I didn't have time to run to Big Lots, which is the only other store that I ever found it at. So the normal Miracle-Gro is what I'm going to use, and that's going to be the only fertilizer type soil that my plants get. And then again, whatever comes out of the irrigation water from fields and stuff. Other than that, I don't put any extra anything on my plants. If I need to get rid of ants, I put cayenne pepper down because that gets rid of them. If I need to get rid of aphids, I release ladybugs in my garden because they love the aphids and they eat them, and it does really well, and they're really good for the garden. And then a lot of times I just let my chickens in my garden to peck with the bugs. I've been really lucky that they haven't eaten my seeds. Cross my fingers that they continue to not eat my seeds. But to start them in for this year, we're going to use just normal Miracle-Gro. Some of the seed starting trays that I have, these I bought. They have these little green trays on the bottom. This bottom part holds the water, and then they have the seed cells. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 of these here. So we have 12 seed cells per tray, and then they have the little dome cover, and on top of the cover there's this little green thing that you put on top. It goes like that. I'll get it to go in. Push it in there so it'll stay, and then you can turn it so you can vent your hood to let out if there's too much heat or moisture. You can control kind of the moisture control in there with that. These kits also, so I got 2 of the kits with the green. They also came with some labels, which I normally don't use, but sometimes I do. That come with a pen, and then come with like Barbie-sized garden tools. This is a little shovel to help get the plant out of the seed cell when you need to up-pot it, and a little thing to poke hole in the dirt. And this, I am assuming, is to help get it out as well. I've never used this before. I've used something similar to this, not all the time though. But like I said, Barbie-sized tools came with them. I wasn't expecting them to be this small. I have a bad habit of not really reading when I order something, and so I thought it was bigger than it really was. But we'll make do, because I'm going to try to do the fruits and the pumpkins in those, because those are the ones that I don't really have great success with. So I'm hoping with a little extra added like greenhouse protection, I guess, maybe we'll have some luck. And like I said, we have 2 of those, and then I'm just going to turn you around here to show you what else. So, and then I have normal seed starting trays. These are the trays over here, and these are the cells. So I have, I think it was 1,400 seed cells, so I can start a total of 1,400 seedlings in these black trays, and I cannot remember how many I can start in the green tray. But we're going to start with the green trays, and then we are going to move to the black trays. Okay, let's see here. The soil in here. Little poke down in there. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Miracle-Gro or used Miracle-Gro, but it's got like bark and all kinds of stuff in it that is good for plants so they can grow. And again, it does have added extra fertilizer in it, but that's okay. So I don't wiggle this greenhouse too much, you guys are going to fall on the ground again. That's what happened last time. Taking big chunks of stick out. I don't want to go in my pot. Alright. So there's that one. So we're just going to stick the seeds on top, and then cover them with a very light layer of soil. But before I do that, we're going to get a couple of these trays done. Rude. Alright, so we did the yellow pear tomatoes, and we did 6 of those, and then, well, actually we did more than 6 because we put 2 seeds in each cell, and then we did the Matt's wild cherry, nope, we didn't do those. We did the black cherry tomatoes in 6 cells, 2 seeds per cell, so we should get a fairly good germination. I'm going to move all the ones that I've done. I don't know what I did with the yellow ones. Okay, so I think we're going to do this next one. We're going to do a couple more cherry tomatoes. Probably not as many. These are the Matt's wild cherry tomato seeds. So we're going to do 2 there, 2 there, and we'll do 2 there. We'll just do those. Never had this cherry seed, so or cherry tomato seed. So we'll grow some of them, and then we are going to plant some of the super sweet large red cherry tomato seed in the same container. We don't need that many seeds. Alright, so we're going to do 1, 2. I'm just doing 2 per cell. That should be good for the large red ones. Trying to get these back in the packet. That should be fun. A very little packet they gave me and very little seeds. Okay. And then the rest we're just going to put the sweet tomato. 6 cells right here. We're going to do the sweetie cherry tomatoes. And again, 2 in each cell, maybe 3 because the seeds are really small. Alright, that should be good for that. Okay, so all the cherry tomato seeds are planted. Just going to go ahead and cover them up. Maybe kind of flinging soil everywhere. The soil has a lot of sticks in it. Usually the soil that I use, the organic, doesn't have that many sticks in it. So, and we are going to label the cherry tomatoes just because we got the labels in. Why not? So we have Matt's cherry, sweetie cherry, right? Yep. And large red. Alright. And my daughter is getting us some water so we can very carefully water those in. So then they're going to go right over here with the other ones. Right. We're actually going to have to put a new battery. Alright, so let's see here. What do we want to do next? We've got yellow pear, black cherry, and all the other cherries, so we can get all those out of the way. So, let's see, we just did crimson sweet watermelon, and we're going to do sugar baby watermelon. I'm doing 6 of each watermelon. Like I said, I don't have great luck growing fruits, so we're going to just plant what I can, and hopefully we get some germination. Not sure if we're going to get to all the seeds today. Okay, so those were the crimson sweet. That was my daughter, obviously, who came out. She is in a program called Acadeka for smart people, and her team gets to go to Pittsburgh for nationals, and she's extremely excited over it. So, alright, so we got all the watermelon done. Somewhere. Yep, got all the watermelon done. Go ahead and cover that up. And as soon as I get all of them planted, I'll go back and water them, because that just makes more sense. Actually, I think I'm not going to use any more of these. I don't think. I'm going to just set them up there so they're not in my way. And we're going to just do those ones as watermelon. Those are all watermelon. Alright, let's see here. So we're going to do cantaloupe and honeydew in this one. So we're going to do 6 of each. Just going to kind of move the dust or dirt a little bit. Still using my finger. I have that little tool I could be using, but you know, oh well. No fun gardening if you're not going to get dirty while you're doing it. Alright, so these are the honeydews. We're just going to do 1 seed per Okay, so the honeydew is done. And I'm just putting them back in my box over there that I brought them out in. That way I don't lose them or get them mixed up or have to fumble through them again trying to get to the other ones. Oops, and I just dropped 2 on the ground. I don't know where they dropped at. That's okay. Maybe I'll just have cantaloupe growing back here. Okay, so these are the cantaloupe seeds. Just doing the same as the honeydew, just 1 in each cell. We don't need tons and tons of cantaloupe or honeydew. Okay, so a little bit more dirt over that one. Sticks are really big. They got some really big sticks in here. Alright, that's it's not covered. Down in there. A little bit more dirt over it. Okay. Let's go ahead and label this one cantaloupe and honeydew. We're going to put cant in honey because I don't want to write out the whole word. Okay. So far we've got 4 of our pots. Alright, so we're going to do pumpkin in these ones. Now I am going to do one full one for pumpkin. So it's 12 cells. Just because I'm hoping to get a good germination, and these are for my chickens. And I do want quite a bit of these to hopefully make it through a good portion of the winter. Cover them until I get all the seeds in the cell. Wish all garden seeds were as big as pumpkin honeydew seeds. They're huge. No point missing. Alright, so 1 more. And then I think you can do a fall planting with these. They take 110 days. Oh, it just says to start indoors 2 to 3 weeks before last frost. And then you can direct sow after the last frost. So maybe we'll try direct sowing them. And obviously I'm planting them quite early, so that'll work though. But sometimes I put my garden in early, just because the last frost sometimes is earlier than what they tell you on Google. And if you guys are looking for your last frost date, just go to Google, type in last frost date for your county that you live in, and it'll pop up. I'm going to do, what were those? Jack-o'-lanterns. Alright, so fingers crossed I get all 12 plants. And then I can direct sow some, like I said, in the actual garden. Alright, so this one, I think we're going to do some of the fresh eating cucumbers in that one, which are going to be Armenian and lemon, 2 of my favorite cucumbers. The lemon one's got a lot of seeds in them, so you know, it'd be better if they were less seedy, but these Armenian ones, really, really good cucumbers. So we're going to do 6 of each of those, and that'll give me more than enough for fresh eating. It'll also give me enough to see if I like pickling these ones. So that'll be nice. We're just going to get all the little holes poked in there. just one seed per cell. We don't need to do two. So those were the Armenian. And the Armenian cucumbers are like those big long English cucumbers that you can find at the grocery store. They're pretty much the same thing. I'm sure there's a slight difference, but... Alright, and then again, these are the lemon ones. We're going to do 6 of these. Okay. And then we're not going to direct sow any of the cucumbers. Again, I don't need more than just the 6 seeds that I have in here. Get some soil here. Soil keeps running over. Those covered up. And then go ahead and label this one as Armenian and lemon cucumbers. So lemon cuke. And we're just going to put arm cuke. And then I'll ask myself what the heck an arm cuke is. Okay. So, that's the 6 little green cells that we're going to do. Just those right there. So I don't think I need any more than that. Just they're the cherry tomatoes, strictly for fresh eating. Again, watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew. And there are 2 different kinds of watermelon, so that's why there's a whole tray of it. And then, you know, everything else that we need just for fresh eating. So, and that's probably all of the little green trays that I'm going to be using for right now. Unless I have, like, not enough of these ones. So we're going to move some stuff around. Go ahead and put those down there. Now these aren't the, like, strongest. They're kind of flimsy, but these will work for a good couple years. And these are just the seed still trays. They just, you know, obviously just fit right in there. There is 6, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it looks like there is 36 seed cells per tray. Lids on. And then before we go, we'll get everything watered down. I'm probably gonna have time to do maybe this tray and another tray, because I gotta get in and start dinner for everybody. So hopefully you can see this. So here is the seed cell tray, and we're just gonna fill it up full of potting soil. I think next time I come out here to start seeds, I'll wet it down. Like I said, I bought a tote to wet it down in. But I'm out here in the back of my pasture next to my garden, and the hose doesn't reach out here, and I didn't feel like carrying a bucket of water. That would be why I had my daughter go get it. Build up as much as possible. Okay, I think that is good. How do we want to start? I think we'll start some tomatoes. I don't need this. So, I'm going to start some of the paste tomatoes. We're going to do these alpaca tomatoes. These are the sauce tomatoes, part of the sauce tomatoes, and they're supposed to be fairly big. So we're going to do one of these whole cells. As I say, they were. So one whole one has 6. Maybe we'll do more than 6. Oh yeah, we're going to do 2. Got the dirt over the line, I can't see them. So we're going to do this one and this one of the opoka. And I have really good luck growing tomato seeds and tomato plants, not the seeds, the plants. So hopefully that luck will still continue. Because we have a fairly good long grow season, I will sometimes get tomatoes clear into October, like the middle of October. Let's see, don't want to go. It's falling in between the fingers. Okay. That one. I'm just putting 2 seeds per cell. So maybe 2 or 3 seeds. I'm not exactly sure how many. I know there's more than 1, but less than 4. We'll put it that way. So the opoka tomatoes, they can go in the box because I don't need to plant all 4 of those. And we're going to go ahead and, I'm just going to label everything this year because I have the labels and why not? So, opoka tomatoes, which are right here in those 2. Okay, so these can go. And then let's see here. Some more of my tomatoes. Okay, so we're going to do this San Marzino tomatoes, Amish, Roma. Still don't know if I'm doing those tomatoes. Those are the slicing ones. They were a gift. I'm not 100% sure if I want to grow slicing tomatoes, but we'll see. We'll see if I have the room for them. Peppers, broccoli, cauliflower, peppers. My pigs are over there making all sorts of noise. Pepper, pepper, pepper. Sweet pepper, sweet pepper, sweet pepper. Okay, and that's another pepper. Oh, no, that's a Rio Grande tomato. That's a slicing tomato. And my onions. Okay. So we're going to do the same with these tomatoes. We're going to do 2 of them. So we're going to have 12 tomato plants of the Amish. Now I am going to be planting more tomatoes than this. Because like I said, I like to have about 100 tomato plants or more. I just don't know if I have time to get them all done today. So we're just going to plant some of them today. So these are going to be the San Marzino tomatoes, and this is a very small seed. These are another paste tomato, supposed to be pretty big. So we're going to put 2 in each cell like we did last time. And I only have the 1 pack of the San Marzino tomato seeds as of now, because I've never grown them before, so I'm only planting 1 pack, which I'll probably end up using most of the pack. Looks like I'm going to be using most of the pack. Need 1 there, need 1 there. All those. We're going to put 1 there, because I don't know if I put 1 in there. piggies. They're over there. I don't know if you can hear them in the background, but they're grunting. They think they're hungry. They're not starving, I promise. Alright. Those ones labeled. I guess they're called San Marzano tomatoes. I don't know how to pronounce that. Alright, so that goes there. Well, you know what? Maybe I should do this here and then that here. That'll make more sense. Okay, I'm gonna put these in the box or put them on the ground. One of the two. Alright, so on to the next seed cell here. Okay, now these ones we're going to do the Roma tomatoes. We'll do 12 of those as well. That might have been 3 in that one. That's okay. Okay, so those are the Amish, or no, those were Roma tomatoes. Get these ones. Get those labeled. And it looks like I'm going to have some room for the slicing tomatoes for right now. So Roma. Alright, so Roma tomatoes are there. And we're going to do Amish paste tomatoes next. We'll do these ones back here in this cell. Okay. And this will be the last paste tomato I think we plant today. We'll get some of the slicing tomatoes. I have the Rio Grande tomatoes and some of those Robinson tomatoes. I'll have to look and see what they're called again. And that's actually probably all we're going to get done today. Oh, these seeds don't want to come out. It's a very, very little packet. There we go. Come on. When you order seeds off of eBay, they only give you a little bit, and I just dropped one on the ground. I'm most likely going to be planting all of the Amish paste tomatoes. I might have to order some more of these. I don't know though. I have never grown Amish paste. I was looking for like the big giant ones. I know Amish paste are a fairly good sized tomato. And that's what I wanted. I'll just go ahead and plant all of these. Keep getting stuck between the fingers. There we go. And then I can just separate these out when they get big enough. It'll be fine. Bring a couple of these tags up here because no point in keeping bending over. Okay, so these were Amish paste. Okay. So we're going to put that in that one. No, we're going to put that in this one. Yeah, we'll do it that way. One tomato seed sitting on top. Okay, so Roma tomatoes were planted. We'll do some Rio Grande tomatoes, and yeah, we got enough room. We'll do guess we can do a few of the slicing. You can use slicing tomatoes to do sauces as well. They just have a lot of water and take more time to cook down. So that's okay. So we're just going to get all those ready. We're going to do the next 6 for Rio Grande. So we'll do this section right there, the Rio Grande tomatoes. They are little bitty. Because I think the Rio Grande are a slicing tomato. I'm not 100% sure. I'm like 80% sure. If it's another paste tomato, that'd be great. But it's okay if it's not. Before, when I would grow an extra tomato plants that wouldn't fit in my garden, I was able to sell them. You'd be surprised how many people will buy a tomato start for $1. Actually, quite a good deal. Pretty sure I got all the holes in there. I'm not sure if I did, but it's okay if I didn't. Okay. Probably should have changed my shoes. My feet are just killing me today. I have my cowboy boots on and they're not really good to stand long term in. Alright, so Rio Grande is right here. And the next one we're going to do is the Paul Robeson, which I've never heard of, nor have I ever grown. So go ahead and just plant 12 plants of this one too. This was a thank you gift from somebody that I ordered from on eBay. I'm still waiting for one tomato seed that I haven't even received, and whoever I ordered it from is not getting back to me. They're called Sugar Sun Cherry Tomatoes. They sent me all the seeds that I ordered except for that one. So it says she'll be back at the end of this month. So I'll just contact her then and hopefully I can get them. I really wanted to try those tomatoes. When I was a kid, I didn't like tomatoes, like at all. The store-bought tomatoes, I'm not a fan of. I mean, I'll eat them, just not a fan of them. There's just something about a fresh grown tomato that just hits the spot. You know what I mean? Let's see. The only thing I gotta worry about these is my chicken's getting in here and pecking my seeds. I'm hoping she behaves. She's a little red star chicken that is taking up residence out here. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and cover all of our tomatoes. I actually think this is probably the only other tray that I'm going to be able to get done today. I have to go in and start dinner. I had to work today. I am a property inspector, and I had a late appointment and then some other businesses I had to go do. And then my pigs were out of food, so I had to run over and get that. People I buy pig feed from, about a 45-minute drive from home. So I didn't get back here until after 3. Probably about 3:30 out here. Alright. I think we'll put that right there because that does make more sense. Okay. So, let's get these watered. We're going to attempt not to fall. I'm really good at falling over. We're just going to use one of these bottoms from the green cells. One of these to water in. And then she brought me water out of the goat straw. So you know, it's good clean water. The goats and the pigs seem to enjoy it. We're going to go ahead and very carefully get all these watered. Like I said, this soil will fluff up if I'm not careful when I water. Gotta get it wet. Give it time to soak down. And then after I get the top of it wet enough where it's not like pooling, I will fill up the bottom, because these trays don't have holes in them. The bottom part doesn't, just the top part. The bottoms of these cells do. That way we can bottom water, which is what I prefer to do. Just makes it easier to do that. But we also need to get the tops of the soil wet, so everything is nice and watered in. A lot closer. And if you see any like holes, just pat the dirt down. And you can always add a little bit more dirt on top if you feel like you need to. I don't measure the depth of the soil. I know there's a certain depth that the package say, but I've never measured depth of soil unless it was for like potatoes, because it's always a good idea if you get potatoes down to the right depth. Oops. I don't know if you guys can see it like dripping out the bottom or the side. I'm just doing it really slow. I don't want to lose any of these itty bitty tomato seeds. And all the tomatoes, they'll get up potted once they get big enough. And luckily this greenhouse gets really, really hot during the day. Hot enough where I've got to open the door sometimes. So that'll be good at night when it cools off, because it'll help keep it nice and cool, or nice and warm in here at nighttime when it needs to be. Sometimes I do have to put a heating lamp in here, but with it being out as far as it is, I'm not comfortable with putting a heating lamp out this far away from the house. So I've been planting the same way every year I plant, and like I said, I've never had an issue with germination on my tomatoes. I always seem to be able to grow, luckily, tomatoes. So hopefully that continues. Now the other seeds, like the pumpkins and the honeydew and cantaloupe, watermelon, those are a little bit more trickier for me. Cucumber seeds I'm good with. I can get the cucumbers to germinate. And then when the cucumbers start to germinate and the tomatoes start to germinate, they'll be separated. You don't want to plant your cucumbers and tomatoes next to each other, it does something to the plant. I can't remember what, but I know I always plant them about 25 feet apart when they're in the garden. So tomatoes at one end, cucumbers at the other. I think I've got this pretty well saturated from the top. I'm going to push down some of the soil that kind of bubbled up. And then I'm going to lift up here on the corner and just dump it in. And let it soak up on the bottom. Tray's a little. My greenhouse, okay, there's lots of water on the end. My greenhouse is tilted. All the water is going to one end. I think that's probably good right there. Alright, we're going to get this big bag of soil out of the way because I keep tripping on it. Get underneath the thing there. Then bring in a bucket. Yeah, I'll show you what I did here. Flip you around so I can see what we're looking at. So this whole tray is tomatoes. So we got there's 36 tomato plants right here. There are 12 of each kind. Yeah, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, that's 36. Okay, so there's more than 36. There is 64, 72. 72 tomatoes right in here. And then we have all the other stuff that we planted earlier. Cherry tomatoes, a few different kinds, watermelon, honeydew, cantaloupe, jack-o'-lanterns, and 2 different kinds of cucumbers. They've all been top watered and bottom watered, so I'll come back out here and check them tomorrow to make sure they're still looking moist. And then I will bring you back when we do the others. Alright, so that is it for today. I now have to go in and fix dinner for everybody, and my animals are probably wanting their food. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. I would appreciate it. And until next time, have a good night. I can't point you to